I am out with Daffodil, and it is time to trim feet on my girls. So, Daffodil is first. Her feet need it the most. Hang on! So I gotta find all my stuff here. My bucket stuff gets kind of messed up in here. Hoof pick, gloves. Good girl, Daffy. All right, come here, you. Good girl. And Hoof. Oh, she's trying to put her foot on my little stool because she's used to putting her foot on my stand. And she's like, here, I'll do that for you. You're funny. Let's see if this works. I'm trying to do something to save my back. My back is not good. Good girl, Daffy. And her feet look really good. They're just a little long. So, hey, I'll put my gloves on. Good girl, Daffy. And Hoof. So I try to trim these girls about every 8 weeks. Sometimes they go a little longer, just depending on my life. But they get walked pretty regularly. They're on hard ground, so they don't get too long. Daffodil grows a lot of toe and not a whole lot else. So with her, it's really pretty much leaving the heels alone and just taking off a little bit of that toe. And her frogs look pretty nice and healthy. I kind of trim up any parts on the frogs that look shaggy, where they're going to trap dirt or moisture or anything in there. But I'm not seeing a whole lot, so I'll kind of just clean out those collateral grooves a little bit, make sure there's nothing in there. Good girl. Good girl. Hey, stay here with me. And she does get a little impatient. She just doesn't like to stand still that much. Good girl, yes. So I give her breaks every so often. And she gets treats. I'm here when she's being patient and good. And Hoof. And Hoof, please. Thank you. Let me see. So I'm just checking, making sure there's no thrush or anything in there. That looks good. Hey, stop. All right, where'd my stuff go? On here. And so I'm going to just take off a little of her toe. And she grows pretty crooked. She grows higher to the outside, usually. So I want to kind of make her level. Good girl. So I'll just take off a little bit of toe. And I am not a farrier by any means. I don't trim any donkeys besides my own. A couple like training situations I will trim, or like when my farrier was out of commission for a while, I had a couple clients I did trim their donkeys, just like routine maintenance trims on pretty simple, straightforward feet. But that is pretty much it. So, good girl. Good girly. Good. Good. Yes. So she gets her foot back. She gets a treat. Hey, Jack. And then I'm going to just rasp her. Come here. Clean it up. And that one will be done. Good girl. Hoof. Let me see. So again, I'm just checking for levelness, making sure it's even from side to side. And then I put a little bit of a bevel on it. Girl. Easy hand. It looks, let me see. Better. Just a tiny bit high there. Good girl. Good. Yes. That one's done. Good girl. And then I'll go to this back foot on this side. And Daffodil usually is pretty good about getting her feet done. I think she likes it. She actually really likes the farrier that I do use when he comes out and he trims them. He trims my training donkeys. He was just out yesterday. And then he trims these girls about, I'll have them come out like once or twice a year just to kind of make sure I'm not doing anything stupid, keep eyes on it. And he trims them. And she loves him. She'll just walk up to him and like hand him her feet. Good girl. Good girl, Daffy. Good. Relax. Good girl. But one of the biggest things if you're looking for a farrier for a donkey, yes, is they need to be patient. They need to appreciate donkeys, at least somewhat like them, and understand that they are different from horses. They think differently than horses. They operate differently than horses. They have a different foot than horses in some ways. And the one thing I am completely fine with using ropes to hold feet. You've seen it in some of my videos where I'll use ropes just because it lets you hold feet safely. Because if they do kick and get away with it, they learn real quickly like, oh, that worked. So using a rope to hold a foot gives you a safe way to hold that foot without yourself being in kicking range. So I'm totally fine with that. One thing I'm not okay with, and that you see some farriers do occasionally, is where they will essentially hog tie a donkey and lay it down on the ground to trim it while it's awake. That is, in my opinion, absolutely not okay. That donkey does not forget that, and that will create lifelong resentment and trauma and just horror towards the farrier. I have had donkeys where we've had to lay them down, but we did that with a vet under ketamine sedation, laid them down, trimmed them just like they were being gelded or something. So they were out the entire time and then they woke up. It's not an ideal situation because the waking up itself can be pretty traumatic for these guys. They flip and flail just like horses. But in that case, because their feet were pretty horrific, it was what we had to do to get their feet on track. Yes, good. And now they're fine. Now we use dorm on 2 of them, and 2 have graduated to just trims without any dorm whatsoever. Come on, let's go. We're going to turn this way. Good girl. You're going to go that way? Okay, whatever. I don't care which way you go. Get my stuff out from underneath her. Enough. This way. Thank you. So I try to trim usually 1 or 2 donkeys at a time. My back just doesn't let me do a whole lot more than that. So I'm gonna, her and Polly are the most in need of it. So they're my plan to tackle today. And then tomorrow I'll deal with Cannoli and Punky. And honestly, if you only have 1 or 2 donkeys, a lot of times I say it's worth it just to pay a farrier, because especially if they're good for the farrier. It's not a super hard skill, but it is hard physical work. Hey, good girl. But if you have a donkey that's super shy or has a lot of stranger danger, a lot of these BLM burrows, trimming yourself can be an absolute game changer, because you're not on a farrier's agenda. You know, farriers there, they want to get things done most of the time. Understandably, time is money. So when you trim yourself, come over here, you can do 1 foot at a time and just build that confidence. You don't have to do all of it at once. You could nip one day, rasp the next. That's what I'll do with the ones I have in for training. And it just, stop it, makes a big difference. You're being a brat. I know, you're trying to eat rope. Can you stop? Stay here. I'm not going to get away with being a turd. Just so you know. Let me see. Oof. We're still going to do it, whether you're a turd or not. I don't care. Let me see. Oof. Good girl. Yes. girl. Let's see. Hang on. Let me see. No, we're still kind of cattywampus. Hang on, see. Hang on. Done. Yes. Good girl. Next to each other. Good. Good little donkey. Come here. Good girl. Hello. Last one for her. Cannoli and Punky are standing right here. Polly, of course, took off for the hills. She does not love getting her feet done. She's gotten much better, but it's not something she especially enjoys. So she is away. Good girl, Daff. Their feet actually look really good after all this rain we had. I was worried about thrush, but that's why it's really important to keep your donkey's hooves clean. And they have a nice dry spot to stay. And appropriate footing. The worst feet I see on training donkeys anyways are donkeys that are kept in grass or in muddy manure conditions. Their feet just have a lot of thrush. They're not healthy. A lot of white line separation. Stuff that you don't want to see. Yeah, stay here. Good. Good girl. Yes. You're such a good girl. Yes, you are. You're a rock star. Just gotta rasp this one. And we'll go on with her. I gotta go find Polly. Bring her in. Good girl. Good girl, Daffy. Punky, it's locked. Good girl. Yes, good. Let's look at this one again. Hoof. Let's see the other front. Let me see this one. Hoof. Okay. Good girl. Good job, Daff. Yes, you get your treats. Good girl. Good girl. Here you go. And so she gets a couple treats since we're done, and then she goes away, and I'm going to grab Polly. Good girl. This way. Come on. She doesn't want to go away. Come on, this way. Silly girl.